I only applied to Harvard Business School and Wharton, and I felt very grateful that I got interviews for both programs. I was ultimately rejected from Wharton, and although I will never be able to know exactly why I wasn't accepted, I do have some speculations. Hopefully, my assessment can give you insight into how to better frame your application to be admitted into Wharton. So first, the HBS and Wharton target applicant are different. I talk about this in a video where I compare my essays for the two schools, and I think this is a key insight into why I was accepted to one but not the other. So Wharton highly values technical experience with an emphasis on finance. I do not have any finance experience, nor did I express I wanted to learn finance or go into a finance job after graduating. Knowing what I know now, I would have mentioned something like wanting to go into venture capital, focused on robotics technology startups, leveraging my robotics background and Wharton's finance resources. My HBS and Wharton applications were nearly identical, so it makes sense why I ultimately did not gain admission into Wharton because I did not brand myself as their target student. So what should you do if you're applying to Wharton? Talk about finance a little. If you have a traditional business background, this may not be necessary, but if you have a non-traditional background, I would advise to play into Wharton's stereotype as the finance school a little bit. Since getting rejected from Wharton, I've gotten to chat with several engineers who were admitted to HBS who said that Wharton did not even invite them to an interview. So this means that even though Wharton is trying to rebrand themselves away from finance more towards global leadership and innovation, Wharton still truly values technical finance experience. Now, let's talk about the interview. I did not prepare very much for the interview. If you watch my videos about the Harvard interview or my interview prep, you'll know I was extremely discouraged by how my Harvard interview went, and I figured the Wharton interview could not go any worse. And I was right. It was actually pretty fun, and you can watch this video where I compare my interview experiences to learn more. So for the interview, we're tasked to come up with another social initiative, and to no one's surprise, we all chose AI governance and ethics, and I only prepared my intro and some talking points. I did not talk to alumni because I didn't know any, nor did I do any mock interviews because I didn't know anybody who also applied, and I also did not hire a consultant. Anyway, there's no way to really prepare for which direction the discussion takes, so I would recommend just looking up advice like this video to set expectations. I also read advice on Reddit from another non-traditional applicant that said you can offer to take notes or keep time if you feel like you don't have much to add, which hopefully is not the case, but that's what I did. And the reason is that everyone in my group was a consultant, so they were very well spoken. So I think compared to them, I was not as eloquent, and that was probably counted against me because the interviewers are second-year students and they don't know you outside of your intro because they have not read your application. So they are only judging your performance against your peers. And here's some basic advice. Don't be a conversation hog. Try to invite quiet people back into the conversation. When appropriate, repeat what others have said to understand better and to ask follow-up questions. Be engaged, be humble, and be insightful. So there's some things I would have done differently, assuming that I had the same resources and knowledge as I did back then. I would have better prepared by doing mock interviews with AI. Since LLMs can scour the internet, especially Reddit, and consolidate all that information, I would have done 1 or 2 mock interviews just to warm up, learn how to express my thoughts better, and ask AI to grade my performance and ask for feedback. Overall, I learned a lot through the application process. I learned a lot about me, my potential, my goals, expanding my understanding of what's possible. And if you have any questions about my experience, feel free to drop them in the comments.